Hey, hello, my good people. I've been working on this app that's supposed to help with managing financial assets, especially in Kenya and US. Mainly these are things like stocks, bonds, digital assets. Mainly in Kenya, it's stocks, it's bonds, it's collective investment schemes. That's the money markets, the fixed income funds, the balance funds, the equity funds. I'm still to add the special funds, and then the stocks. And then in the US, it's a US stocks that are traded in the US stock exchange. That's the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. And it's both stocks, closed-end funds, and exchange traded funds. So now I'm in the process where I want to test this app. I've tested it on my own, but now I need some real data, and that's why I'm appealing to you. I'm coming to you to request if you could kindly consider volunteering to try up the app. It's a very simple and straightforward, but in case you need any additional help, you can always contact me. All you need is an email account. You can create one if you want to remain anonymous. You can create one using Gmail, or you can use whatever you have. I don't have visibility to your data. There's no identifying data like account numbers or names or whatever I will require in this app. It's just where you have invested, how much, when you did, any dividends you've received, and all that. And then it's supposed to help you manage in one place all your assets, from stocks, bonds, crypto, everything in one platform, in one view. You can see everything. It does a lot of calculations, a lot of analysis, shows you performance month by month, shows you any income that you may be earning month to month. So try it. Let me know if there are any bugs or any improvements you'd want on it, and I'll really appreciate. Right now, I've provided it for free for 30 days trial period. So you're free to use it for 30 days. And in that period, I just need you to work with it. If you need extended time, just let me know. I can always add you time. So without further ado, let's go now to our spreadsheet so we can see our sample client. And as you can see, this is somebody who has invested in bonds. There's a normal bond, there's a infrastructure bond. Then in the collective investment scheme, there's a money market, the Mele, Safaricom stocks, Absa stocks, and then in the US, in the exchange traded fund called GPIQ, and in a stock called Nvidia. As you can see, it's very difficult to monitor your assets in a spreadsheet. You can't tell much from it, but this app is supposed to help a client like this who has several investments in different categories, and they want to have a clear snapshot of how their assets are performing, and also to be able to monitor and keep a tab on the assets, what they need to add, or when they get paid dividends, they're able to add them, and then including it can show them how much income they're earning per month. So without further ado, let's go straight to the application so you can see how we'll apply these assets, adding them to the application. This is the application. This is the link. It's NSEBondOS.com. I'll attach the link so it will be easy for you to go in. So the first task you do is to start a free trial. And once you fill in this, your full name, you don't have to use your full name. You could use a pseudonym, an email address, then you create a password. Phone number is optional, so you don't have to put it in. And then you click create. It will send you, that's why you need to have a valid email address, because it will send you a link to your email address. Then you need to go to your email address and verify. And once you do that, it will create the account for you. So once your account is created, the next step will be to log in, and signing in is just clicking on that. It will bring you straight to the portfolio overview page. Right now it's blank because there's nothing we've entered. Let's get the spreadsheet and start entering that data. So let me just give us a quick overview and a quick walkthrough of how the application is. On this side is the main menu. Like I mentioned, it's mainly bonds, then they have collective investment scheme. And in collective investment scheme, we have the money markets, the fixed income, the equity, the balance fund, and then we have the Nairobi Stock Exchange, the US Stock Exchange, and then the digital assets. So clicking on any of those further opens up additional menus. So we will start with the bonds. So when we click on bonds, the menu changes, and in addition, now we have additional menus at the top. Now you'll notice when you start using this application, it will be very consistent. Once you open it, you'll have more menus up there that now guide you through. And generally they are arranged from an overview to my bonds or my assets. That's where you add your assets. Then the next one is where you do any additional subtraction. Maybe you're adding, you're topping up, or you're withdrawing, or you're adding dividends. And then the final one is a schedule. That's for money markets and fixed income. It shows you, for bonds, it shows you a schedule of your payments. But for the others, it will be a performance page. It will show you the performance each month, and then you have the analysis. So for the bonds, we go to My Bonds. And over here, it lists for you all the bonds that we already have in our database. There's a lot of work we do at the back end to make sure that it makes you're using this application as seamless as possible. So we try and add in a lot of the information that you may require to run this application. That include all the bonds. And in case you have a bond that you are trying to add and it's not in our list, just let us know, then we'll add it to the list. We also do a lot of other data that in the back end that includes the yields, monthly yields for each of these assets, especially the money markets, the fixed income, the equities, and the balance. We try and collect a lot of monthly yields so that it automatically calculates for you. If it's for the stocks, we try and get the prices, daily prices, and also we're keeping a historical prices so that once you apply or you enter data of any of those assets, then it can retrogressively be able to calculate and show you each month how you are performing. So for the bonds, then you come to add bond. And if you remember from our spreadsheet, the bond was FFDX 2016 for 20 years. So you can use this to search FXD1/2016, and you see it goes narrowing down. It's this one of 2016, 20 years. So it already populates for you a lot of the information that you don't need to enter. Like it shows you the maturity date, the annual coupon, withholding tax, and when it gets paid out, it's in March and it's September. So the only thing you need to enter is how much you are investing, and for this investor it was 50,000, the minimum, and then you put in the date, and they bought this on September 09 20th 2016. And once you're done, those are the only two items you need to enter. You scroll down and you say save bond. Now if we go up here to my overview, you will see that bond has been applied. Here it is. It shows you and it shows you payments that are due in the next 12 months. If then you go to my schedule, then it shows you the whole schedule from the time you bought it, and you can expand on each, and it shows you the coupon when you are paid for each and every month. So you begin to see that your application is beginning to get populated. And if you go to overview, it shows you all the payments that you've done for the last 12 months, and you can go 24 months, you can go 36 months, you can go 6 months. I think we'll stick with 12 months. So since you're paid twice a year, it shows you how much you get paid in September and March. And then it shows you the average of how much you get paid. So you can already see it's beginning to do some analysis for you. And then my bonds, and then we can add the second one. This one is an infrastructure bond. So we can search for it. It was IBF 1/2022, and it was 19 years. So it's this one. So you add it. So like I mentioned, all of the information is already populated. You just need to add in the amount. That's 50,000, and the year that was the client bought it. This one was bought on January 15, 2022, and then you just click Save Bond. And if you come to your overview page, now you can see both of them already. Here you can glean in some information. So you've invested a total of 100,000. Those are the two of them, and so far this is the coupons that you have received, and this is how much you expect to receive through the lifetime of that investment in those bonds. So clearly some analysis already taking place. So the next item that our client has invested is in money markets. So we click the money markets, and then we go, because there's nothing, everything is empty. So we go to the money markets holdings, and then we say add, and we are adding, he has bought Jubilee. So we just search for it, it appears, and the amount he has invested with Jubilee, it's also 100,000, and this was purchased on June 20th 2021, and it's already showing you how much yield it's paying. So these are some of the information that we are able to, in the back end, to add onto it, and all you do now is to say save. Again, you go to the overview, you can already see, and if you go now to performance, it can show you how well it has performed from the time you bought it until today. So out of 100,000, it has earned 155,000 to date. That's in close to 6 years. It has added 50,000 shillings from 100,000. So that's the money market. Then now we go to the fixed income. You go to you can search for it, and let's add it. It's Zemele. So you type in Zemele, and there it is. He's invested, how much is it? 50,000. It was purchased on Zemele was purchased on March 20th 2024. Oops, 2024, and that's all you need to do. You save it. Now if you come to the overview page, you can already see it. If you go to performance, it shows you, so out of 50,000 has already earned 8,000. Now if you go to the overview page, you can see it's already populated. It's showing you every month how much it has earned, and then here it's breaking down to what has contributed to that. So already some analysis is taking place from your assets. You can see how much you're earning, and up here it gives you a summary of the snapshot. So on average you're getting 2,303 from the assets you've already invested in, and so far you have received 27,632 in the last 12 months. And if you increase, the figures increase as well. So it shows you all that. And then if now you expand this one shows you monthly, and if you expand in August, you can see in August you've received from Jubilee and from Zemele, and it shows you how much from Jubilee you received 303, and from Zemele you received 73 shillings. The goodness also I should indicate is on this page you have the ability to toggle between Kenyan shillings and USD. So if you want to see how much it is in USD, you just need to toggle up there and it will show you. So we have entered the bonds, we have entered the collective investment schemes. Now let's go to the stocks at the Nairobi Stock Exchange, and this is the Nairobi Stock Exchange equity dashboard. All right, now we come to the Nairobi Stock Exchange, and we are going to add what he has invested in Nairobi Stock Exchange, and the first one is Safaricom. So from here we search for Safaricom, and then the number of shares is 180, and the share price was 27.75, and the date was 10th October 2025. Once you do that, then you just press save holding, and there it is. So he spent 4,995, and that's the value it is today. So immediately, because we have all this data, it begins showing you already some whatever, and the return, you can see how much return it is. But that's not the only stock he's bought. He has also bought ABSA. So search for ABSA, or there it is, just click on it. ABSA, the number of shares, it's 145, and he bought it when it was at 1375. Oh, that's a really good deal. And the year and month was September 29, and you add holdings. So if you go to the overview page, you can already see some analysis. You can take your time to look through that, make sure everything looks fine and okay, but already you can see this is way better than a spreadsheet. It gives you some analysis as soon as you enter your data, and your data is very well organized. And you can even see that you can go to the performance page, and it shows you how much it's been performing each and every month, also including in terms of percentages. For the Kenya data, we only have historical data only for 2 months. It's been difficult getting historical data, but we have started creating our own. So I would say the most accurate will be only for the last 2 months. And then if we go to our overview page, well, you wouldn't see in terms of monthly income, but in other pages like this one, there's the metrics, and it kind of shows you how much portfolio, how much is allocated to what. And you can see the bonds have 38%, money markets have 38%, fixed income, and the stocks has only about 2%. And then the income, you can see what's contributing your income. You can see how much already you have invested, the total value of today, how much you have invested, how much you have gained, and how much income you have received, and the percentage return on what you have invested, and how many assets that you have. So out of the money you have invested of 256, you've had a 62% return, and out of that, it's either coupon payments or fund interest or dividends. But we know so far we haven't applied any dividends, so it's mainly coupon payments and fund income. Okay, so now one of the things that you can also do with your equities is adding is the ability to either buy additional on existing, or sell, or add dividends. Now, according to our clients, he received from what he has invested, he received 27 shillings and 75 cents as dividends. So we go to Safaricom, so it already lists for you just what you own. So the amount was 27.75. that was on 10/10/25. Let me say record. So already here it's it's beginning to keep track of all your transactions. And the other cool thing is that you can be able to print a statement. Let's say a statement of our activities on Safaricom. There it is. It shows you how much you have invested, unrealized gains or any losses, and how much dividends you have received. So this is the capital gain on our Safaricom stocks, and this is the amount of dividends that we have received. So the next one is the ABSA. So ABSA, dividends of 145. And the same thing, you're beginning to build your list of transactions. The other cool thing that I forgot to mention is that you can actually link a document. Let's say for this dividend, you received a statement. You can actually link that document, so there's evidence to show. And then now if we go to the portfolio overview, you can begin to see that it's beginning to populate in terms of income that you have gained, and this from the two of them. And if you want to know the details, there's this, and it breaks it down by month. You can always use this expand button, and it shows you on a monthly basis what you received what. So let's say in July, let's say like that one in April, you can see ABSA 145, Simele, and all this. So this breaks it down by month to see where you got all your income. Very cool. I think begins to show you each month income you have received, what has contributed to that income. This gives you the overall. Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is this tooltip. When you hover around the bars, it gives you a breakdown. So like now in August, we've received money from the money market funds, $303 shillings, and 73 shillings from our money market and from our fixed income fund. So you see, it's already beginning to build. There's already a lot of information, a lot of analysis that you can glean from your investments, and you can already begin to see how well you're performing. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you detailed holding details. Now this shows you all your assets, and it shows you the income you have received from each one of them, and it shows you how much you have invested, how much you have spent investing in it, and what kind of income it has generated for you. Very cool, I must say. But at least it gives you a breakdown of what kind of returns you're getting from your investments on a monthly basis, both realized capital appreciation and on payments, interests, and dividends. All right, let's proceed on. So we've done the Kenyan market. Now let's go to the US market. And in the US market, our client had invested in an exchange traded fund called GPIQ. So we go to holdings, add equity, and then we search for GP. Oh, there it is. Goldman Sachs, NASDAQ. This is a basket of stocks by Goldman Sachs that tracks the NASDAQ index. So they have several stocks within the NASDAQ that they've created a basket, and that's what they're using. And then on top of that, they have what we call covered calls, and that's what gives you the income on a monthly basis. So our client has bought how many shares? 20 shares, and that's all you need to do. Then click add, and there it is. So as you can see, it's been a loss because the price has depreciated from what it bought it. Now it's a much higher, it's a much lower price. But since it's been held long term, it's okay. That's the nature of the market. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. But also remember, he's getting an income every month, and I think that's the first thing that we'll do. We'll go and add the dividends that he has received. Okay, now we come to recording the dividends that he was paid for the GPIQ. So it's GPIQ. He was paid, so let's calculate this, 0.52 per share times 20 shares, $10.4. So the amount is 10.4, and this is being reinvested. So and the price is $57.61, $20. So $20, you got $10 as it's actually 10.4, but rounding out to $10. So now let's come to the second one. He received the same 0.52, but this time remember the stocks are different because we reinvested the other ones. So now he has a total of 20.1805. So if we come here and add 0.52 times 20.1805, 1805 is equals to 10.49. That's around 10.5. And this we said is on GPIQ. The date is 6/5/2026. Reinvesting, and the price this time is 58.52. And then the final dividend that he got, so dividend still the same, GPIQ, and this was a little bit lower. It was 0.49 times 20.1805 is equals to 9.88. So this time it didn't hit 10. So 9.9. It's already showing us there. And this was on 7/8/2026. You're reinvesting, and the price this time was 57.11, and you record, and there it is. And then when you come to the overall page, it's all been added here. So the final one is the digital assets. So assets holding, add equity, and we are adding BTC. And BTC was bought, the quantity was 0.012772, and the price was 78,295, and this was in November 11, 2024. Save holdings, and there it is. So as you know, the prices of Bitcoin had fallen, so that's expected. So again, you come to our overview page, go to our metrics, and then we can see our client has invested 4,202, and his investment right now it's worth 4,021. So that's how you can use this to monitor just your investments, see how your investments are doing, which ones are doing well and which ones are not. So from this we can tell Bitcoin isn't doing well, Safaricom is doing well, and Absa is doing absolutely well, and the bonds, they have already made very good returns, and so overall his performance is not bad. So guys, I appreciate for listening and watching that. I hope it has shown you how you can add your assets and how you can monitor them, and then you can check against the statements that you receive and see whether this truly reflects what you have earned. And if you use a spreadsheet, you can compare and see and let me know. If you come across any bugs or anything that doesn't make sense, or anything that you feel that needs some improvements, just let me know. Any KPIs that you may want added, or any data that you want either added or even removed, maybe there might be too much data on some things, just let me know, and I'll continue working on this application to make it as applicable, seamless, intuitive, and necessary. It's not just important to create an app, but it's always good to create one that meets a need, and it becomes part of your investment journey. So thank you so much. Bye bye.